Hey Jordan, thanks for meeting with me today.
Hey, no problem. Glad to do it.
How's your classroom going so far?
So far, it's going pretty good.
Good semester, good group of kids?
Yeah, we have a great group of kids this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I wanted to meet with you today to talk about Sam. I know that we have a common concern with that sweet little boy. He has got the biggest heart and he wants to please adults so much, but he is really struggling in your class with language arts. I saw when I looked on Power School that he is failing that class. As you know, he does have a low reading level, so as a 7th grader, he's on about a 2nd grade reading level. So we've been trying to work on that during resource, but I really want him to be successful in his gen ed classes and to be able to pass your class.
Well, a lot of the problem that I see is that he's not turning in his homework.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about home life. Is there something that I should be aware of with that?
Well, he does get very little support at homes. Generally, he doesn't take any home. He doesn't take a backpack home. He doesn't take any work at home because he's not going to be helped at home. That's unfortunate, but that's just the reality of what it is. So
Yeah.
pretty much any work that's going to be done has to be completed on school time or with a school personnel or something like that. Okay, so what I'm hearing from you is that generally his grade is so low is because of homework.
Because of
the homework.
Yeah, he stays on task pretty well in class. And he's attentive, and I do feel like that he's getting and understanding some of the information that we're talking about. But the biggest thing is homework is a big portion of the grade, and with him not turning it in, I don't have any option but to.
Right. No, absolutely. I get that. So if you could help me by maybe just letting me know what is required of Sam as far as homework goes, like what would his homework be on a nightly basis? What are we looking at as far as needs to be done?
Mostly what we're doing is his key vocabulary, writing that and the definitions, and coming up with some kind of understanding of those, and also independent reading. Part of the grade is that they need to read 10 minutes a day for a total of 300 minutes, and that based on how many they get, they
Right.
is what their grade is in that, and that is a big portion of. So we try to send home books that are on his reading level.
Right.
But
Right.
if he's
But
not
with
taking
his-
the backpack
yes.
home, he's not.
Absolutely.
It's not getting there.
Absolutely. And with him being a struggling reader, that's going to be a little more difficult for him. And he really doesn't love to write. He doesn't love to handwrite. Okay, well, why don't we just start by, let's just think of some ideas, some strategies, some things that might work for Seth. The first thing that comes to my mind would just be doing reading during my resource time.
That would be great. And I would be more than willing to let that be his 10 minutes.
Okay.
On his log, and that would help his grade a lot.
Okay. Is there anything that you can think of that?
We might could do something like giving him a few minutes at the beginning or end of class to get
Okay.
started on his vocabulary.
So class time
Right.
to work on homework.
Mhm.
What about summer school? Do you think that Sam would be a candidate for summer school this year?
I think so, and I really think that would be a good thing for him because it's going to be a smaller
Okay.
amount of kids.
So maybe summer school.
How about like tutoring or something before
Okay.
summer gets here?
Okay.
After school tutoring. I don't know if his parents will allow that.
Okay, so tutoring. We also tutoring before school or after school,
Mhm.
depending, before school or after school. So we can talk about those options. Another idea maybe is instead of writing out the vocabulary, is to let him have access to one of the laptops.
Oh yeah.
And to type out the vocabulary. He enjoys working on the computer, maybe more
That would be
successful
great.
with
Yeah,
that.
that
So
would be
let's
great.
put laptop.
And we could do something like he could have a smaller list, a shortened list of vocabulary words,
Okay.
so that it's not going to take him so much time to have to.
Absolutely, yeah. And his IEP does state that he does get modified work, so that would be awesome if we could go ahead and do that. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and let's just hash these out one by
Okay.
one. Okay, so reading during resource. I have 45 minutes with Sam where he comes to me for reading, and we are doing Read 180. It's a computer-based reading program where we are, learning, going over phonics still, and comprehension, and just the main, reading skills, so he can practice those. But if it's okay with you, then I could take some of that time, the last 10 or 15 minutes, and the book that he is supposed to be reading for you in your class, that he could read to me, and then that way it's a closed environment. If he's struggling, he can ask, what does this word mean, or I can help him with what's the definition of that word.
Yeah, it's a more safe environment for him, where
Absolutely.
he's comfortable with you already and can interact.
Right.
with-
Okay, so that's
I think
so that's a
great-
good option.
that's a good option.
Talk to me a little bit about the class time for homework. How do you see that working?
At the beginning of our class, I give them 10 to 15 minutes to do some independent reading and just kind of get started with the reading process. So if he wanted to, since he's doing his 10 minutes with you, he could use that time to type out his vocabulary words. And with it being a short list, I think that would be, sufficient time to get 5 or 6 words.
Okay, so
done.
Sam would know that when he came in and you told the kids that it was time to go ahead and do their independent reading, that he could grab the laptop and he could use that time to go ahead and get his vocabulary done and submit them to you, and then they would be
And then
finished
he would
for
be
the
done
day.
for the day.
And then he would have you for support if he had questions
Right.
about that. That's an awesome
Absolutely.
idea. That's an awesome idea. Okay, summer school. I'm not real sure how he would feel about summer school, but I personally think it would be a great option, one, to keep him busy during the summer. It's not full day, it's only half a day, so he could come in and really just focus on the subjects that he's needing a little extra help with. And it would be smaller classes, so he would really get more individualized attention.
Okay, how about transportation there? If his parents aren't willing to, help with homework, are they going to be willing to get him to school every day?
He does live within walking distance
Okay.
from the school. Yeah, he lives right in downtown Kingsport, so he usually, during the school year, he walks to school or rides a bike to school. So I don't think
that
that would
would
be an
be-
issue, but if it did, then we could work that out, maybe having a peer pick him up or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then the tutoring. I know that there is math tutoring in the morning. Do you know generally when there's someone around to help with language arts tutoring, when that would be?
That's usually, language arts is usually an after
Okay.
school, for a few minutes, since math is in the morning, because if somebody did need both, it would be available.
Right. Oh,
if you get
yeah,
to both.
yeah, absolutely. Okay.
So yeah, language arts
So that
tutoring
would
is
be in the afternoon. Okay. That's something to consider then.
And that would be a more one-on-one situation
Right.
as well, so that
Okay.
he would, feel comfortable.
And then as far as the laptop and the short list sort of go hand in hand.
Right.
And so I do, he really, like I said, he does not love to write. He doesn't have the best handwriting. Part of his reading struggles transfer over to his handwriting. So with the laptop, he could have spell check, and he could, play with the different fonts and things, and that might be fun for him.
And we
And
could
then-
assign a certain laptop so that whenever he came in, he knew this was the laptop that he needed to get, and this is how it works, and make sure that he's familiar with it. And,
Right.
and-
Absolutely. Those are some great ideas. I'm excited for him. Okay, so maybe instead of overwhelming him with here's 6 different things we're going to do, let's maybe hone it down to 2 or 3 strategies that we can start with Sam right away. So for your class, since we're talking about him succeeding in your class, what do you think would be the first thing that we would want to start with?
I would think making sure that he knew the laptop and using the laptop and giving
Okay.
him a shortened list of
Awesome.
vocabulary words.
So the laptop, the shortened list, class time
Class
for
time at the
homework.
beginning,
And then
yes.
I really feel that doing his reading in the resource, that would really help him, because he does have some embarrassment about reading, even if he's reading independently. If he's reading a leveled book amongst his peers, they know who's reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid and who's reading To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that would be great. I think that would be a great confidence builder for him to be able to do that. Okay, so let me just reiterate. So we're going to go ahead and allow him to have a shortened vocabulary list, to do that on a laptop. and to do that during class time
Class
when the
time
other
in the
kids are
mornings.
doing
Their independent reading.
their independent reading.
Mhm.
And then he will do his independent reading with me during a portion of the resource
Right.
time.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, so I really want to keep up with him. So why don't we, next week, at the end of the week, next Friday, let's check back
Okay.
during your planning time. I'll just pop in for a few minutes and
Okay.
just see, is he doing it? Is it working? Do we need to change anything? How
I think
how it's
that's
going?
great. I think this is a great idea,
Awesome.
a great list.
Okay, and you have planning third period.
Correct.
Okay, I'll be there. Thanks so much,
All
Jordan.
right, thank you.
Bye-bye.